I watched Little Fish, which was like trending over the weekend because it's a sci-fi love story, which in the same vein as maybe like the movie Her. I don't know if you remember that movie.
Oh, is that like the girl who was the robot?
Scarlett Johansson plays the
Yeah.
voice. Yes. And so I kind of knew what I was getting into, but it came on very good recommendation. So I went on an airplane yesterday. I visited my parents, and I wanted to find a movie that I was just going to be, didn't have to move, didn't have to touch anything, just sit there in my little corner of the plane. And so I downloaded this off my phone because I was on my Instagram, and Cody Rigsby, who is like my boo, he's my Peloton instructor.
Oh, okay.
Had posted it up. I mean, he's my Peloton and, millions of others. He posted that he watched that with his boo, his real life boo, on his Instagram story, and he loved that movie. And I was like, okay, that's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
You think of these people as your friend.
Solidly trust him. Absolutely.
And so it was on Amazon Prime. So I downloaded it on my phone, plugged in my headphones, and watched this movie without watching the trailer. So I'll let you guys watch we're going to just do the first 30 seconds of the trailer, and you can get a little gist of it.
All right, here we go.
I have to ask you something. I'm not sure how.
It's scary.
Yeah.
So how long would you say you've been experiencing symptoms?
Like a month. I can remember some things, but other things are just gone, like details. I can't do details.
They call it NIA, neuroinflammatory affliction, and it can affect anyone. Like the man picked up by a fishing boat. It turned out he was another fisherman, couldn't remember how to steer his boat, so he decided to swim home.
That's weird.
Okay, so what the premise is that there is a pandemic where you just slowly lose your memory. They don't talk much how it's like transmitted, but the ramifications are, comparable to what we're living in as far as there have been shutdowns and no one can travel to visit their loved ones, and they don't know how it's transmitted. Some people get it, some people don't. And so it centers around this love story between Jude and Emma, the two main characters. And going into it, one of them, if not both of them, are going to get it, right? Because you just know the premise.
Yeah, and they're the stars of the movie, so we would need
yes, right. I don't want to give too much away, but she's a vet technician, and this is like a subplot. So she normally is like taking care of people's dogs and giving them like regular vaccinations, but since this is affecting humans so much, they're forgetting to feed their dogs, they're forgetting to put the gate on the dogs. In some cases, they're just completely like the people. When you lose your memory, they go just like a little, it just shuts down. It's like a computer shutting down. There's just no.
It's like wipes it out.
Wipes it. You're done. So she now is taking care of all these dogs, but eventually she has to euthanize them, right? Because there's not enough humans to take care of all these dogs. The reason why that's important is that because they come out with a cure, and they take a giant needle and they stick it up the roof of your mouth into your brain.
And you thought the Moderna test was hard. The trial was tough.
Right. So also, this is a subplot of it. Not everybody gets into the trial. It's not really available, and people start doing it to themselves. There's YouTube videos of how to do it. I know. But at the same time, there's a love story, and it gets to the point where they have to make some decisions around that. And they're not, let's just put it this way, they're not in a clinical trial.
Huh.
And it ends in the most bizarre way where you just like question life.
More bizarre than what we've already covered.
Yes. Okay. And I even talked about like the other couple that also has another plot in it, and he gets it and she doesn't, and how that happens. And it's pretty heavy, but this is one of these movies that's getting a lot of buzz. The screenplay was written by the guy who's doing the new Batman. Madison Tomlin, I believe is his name. These are young actors in Hollywood. They're just getting a lot of buzz. It was an independent film that now is, I believe it's on Amazon and Apple. So I just felt like cutting edge, but I need to talk to my people about what the heck happened at the end of this movie. And I went on to like Reddit yesterday trying to like figure it out. I mean, there hasn't been like this groundswell of people that have seen this movie that I need to discuss the ending with.
Why don't you call your Peloton instructor? DM him. Be like, hey, Cody.
I actually thought about sliding into his DMs.
Get on one of his live rides and be like, hey, while we're here, I was just wondering if you could talk to me about
the movie is called Little Fish.
Huh.
So it is just, I mean, again, woke up in the middle of the night, a little bit in a cold sweat.
Well, I can understand why. You have veterinarians poking people in the head with needles.
I didn't say that.
Mouth.
I didn't say that.
Well, you inferred that. He's a veterinarian, and you gotta go like in the soft spot of your.
But it works. It cures you. So anyway, there's just it is. I mean, obviously, with these times, I also did a deep dive on this. Yes, Mallory. I was just going to go into this. Mallory just wrote a comment. It was written 10 years ago, and it sort of took that long to get made. So yes, it was written and produced pre-pandemic. But it's not contagious. That's the only. They don't know what's causing it. Nor do they really go into like that. It's just happening.
Wait, so they made this movie 10 years ago?
No, the screenplay.
Okay, so they made the screenplay 10 years ago, and somebody, wow, talk about somebody who was like excited about the pandemic.
Right.
Right, like that person in like April was like calling their agent, being like, "No, for real, we got to do it now. We got to go now."
It's close to home, but I will tell you that the movie it is a love story, and you follow this couple and their love story that's very sweet and very genuine. So there is something to that, and some of the decisions you have to make, which as caregivers you have to make. I mean, think about the couples that have to deal with, we already have Alzheimer's and dementia that have to make some decisions. So you have some empathy around that versus like it being like, oh my God, it's a pandemic, right? It's not so much like what was the Gwyneth Paltrow movie? Where
Contagion.
It's not like Contagion. There's not like that mass hysteria panic. That doesn't sort of take over the movie. The love story really does.
Oh, well, that's good. I want to play actually a clip of it where they get involved with the love story too, because I guess it's just here we go.
My wife, Emma Vida Ryerson Williams. You're 28. Your favorite color is yellow.
Oh, Trevor meeting me.
I remember a water park.
What time of year was it?
Summer. No. Winter. We had just bought a fish.
I don't want to give too much away.
Well, you just did, because then know that he gets it. And she's doing brain teases with him to try to help him. She's done all this research trying to help him remember some of the details.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that also the plot of the Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore movie 50 First Dates?
There's a lot more laughs in that one.
They go on the boat. He tells her a story every day. They do the thing. He makes breakfast. By lunch, she realizes she loves him, and then they're back.
You know what, Tommy? Maybe this movie is not for you. But if anyone sees it, like literally, our peeps that are watching it and watch it, I need to just discuss your ending because I have a theory of what happened at the end.
So it's not a clear, and this is the best like non-spoiler spoiler conversation I've ever been a part of, by the way, Kelly. So like, it doesn't end with like everyone gets the mouth needle and like we're all happy, or is it like a cliffhanger situation?
There's a little bit of a cliffhanger situation. You just question what you just watched for the last hour and 40 minutes.
In like an enraging way, or like in like why did I sit through Dumb and Dumber 2 kind of way?
No, not in an enraging way. It kind of hits you like later. You're like, wait, what? No, I thought it was him, but then was it her? And then it was just. So it's really, really interesting.
How long is it? Is like regular movie?
Hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wouldn't suggest like watching it before you go to bed.
Okay. Okay. So like windows open, daylight hours.
Yes, and don't do it like when you're like cooking dinner either, because the movie will just suck you in.
Oh, really? Okay. Is it like graphic?
No.
Okay. Like we're not like seeing the people get the.
No, I mean, no.
How do they even? Because your mouth only goes.
It's a sci-fi.
All right.
You know how you saw her, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, it's not going to end well when a human is dating a computer.
Never.
Like
No.
a romantic sci-fi, like it's not going to, you just know it's not going to end well.
When did that become a genre, by the way? When did romantic sci-fi become a genre?
I don't know.
It's a romantic sci-fi thriller about a pandemic. But really, there's a love story in the middle. Which is why it took 10 years for them to make it. But now that guy or girl who wrote the screenplay is like laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it gets like the Oscars and does all that thing.
Kelly, you and your Peloton instructors always bring such joy to us. So, okay, if anybody ever sees Little Fish, we'd love to hear from you. I'm not positive I'm going to watch it. I can't confirm that I'm definitely going to watch it.
I'll bring you there. So I know you love Britney Spears. You mentioned that in the beginning of the break. You watched that documentary. It's on my list. Cody Rigsby really loves Britney Spears, the Peloton instructor. In fact, in most of his rides, he does at least one Britney Spears song. So maybe that might help with the referral of the movie.
Okay, because Cody also is a casual Britney fan. I'm going to go ahead and take his pandemic movie watching.
Oh, he's not a casual Britney fan. He takes it very seriously.
All right. Maybe I'll watch it, and then we'll come back and have another dialogue about it. And then maybe by that time, other people will watch it. You know that as soon as I see folks on my Instagram who have watched it, I'll be like, I got to be a joiner and make this happen.
I posted on Twitter last night. I didn't get any response.
So you're like, you are a pioneer, Kelly. You're so early on this.
I don't know if I was a pioneer. I just was listening to my Peloton instructor.
#influencer. We'll be right back.